I'm Mark Matsumoto and welcome to my Tokyo kitchen. Today I want to show you how to make flavorful Japanese chicken tenders with a crispy panko crust, so stick around. Fried chicken tenders are called stick chicken in Japan, and I like making mine like a mashup between chicken karaage and chicken katsu. The tenders are marinated with sake, soy sauce, and ginger, which loads them up with flavor and umami, and then I bread them with a coating of panko, which makes them delightfully crispy, even if you use an air fryer. Sounds good, right? And the ingredients are super simple, so let's take a look. For the chicken, I've got 450 grams of chicken tenders, which are also sometimes called chicken fingers, 2 tablespoons of sake, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 10 grams of fresh ginger. To bread these, I have a 1/3 cup of flour, 1 egg, and 50 grams of panko, which is about a cup and a half. The first thing I'm gonna do is peel the ginger with a small spoon. I like doing it this way because it's a lot easier to get the spoon into the nooks and crannies of the ginger than using a peeler or a knife. Then I'm gonna grate the ginger into a bowl with the chicken tenders. By the way, this spoon-shaped grater I'm using is super convenient when you just need a small amount of something, and it's available on my kitchen tools shop, so check the link in the description if you want to pick one up. Next, I'm gonna add the sake and soy sauce, and I'm gonna mix this all together. Ideally, you want to let these marinate in the fridge for at least an hour, and I usually prepare this in the morning to fry up at night. When you're ready to fry the chicken, add 1.5 inches of vegetable oil to a deep, heavy-bottomed pot and preheat it to 355 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Then I'm gonna break an egg into a bowl and whisk it until it's uniform in color. To bread the chicken, I'm gonna first use some paper towels to wipe off any excess marinade and dry off the surface of the chicken. The flavor should have already soaked into the meat by now, and by drying it off, you can avoid getting too much breading on the chicken fingers. The next thing I'm gonna do is dust the chicken tenders with flour. This is gonna form a glue that makes the breadcrumbs stick to the meat, so make sure you don't miss any spots. Now I'm gonna dip the chicken in the beaten egg with one hand to turn the flour coating into a sticky layer that's gonna bind the panko onto the meat. From the egg, you want to transfer the chicken tender to a tray with the panko. Switch hands here and use your clean hand to mound up some panko onto the chicken and give it a press to get the breadcrumbs to stick. By using one hand for the egg and the other for the panko, you can avoid breading your own fingers. Okay, these are looking good already, so let's fry them up. Our oil is preheated, and I'm gonna gently lower our Japanese chicken tenders into the pot. I like using a deeper pot like this because it prevents spills, and it won't make as much of a mess on your stovetop as a shallower pan will. Make sure the chicken is fully submerged, and then I'm gonna let this fry undisturbed for about 1.5 minutes or until it's golden brown on one side. While we wait for those to crisp, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for supporting my channel by watching and liking my videos. If you've learned something new from this recipe and you want to do something more, head over to marksrecipes.com where you can subscribe to my secret stash of original recipes. You'll find some great side dishes to pair with these chicken tenders like my pickled cabbage and potato salad or my savory carrot pancakes. And your membership helps to support this channel. Alright, let's get back to our chicken. Okay, it's been about 1.5 minutes, so let's flip these over. Ooh, look at that! Now I'm gonna let these fry for another 1.5 minutes or until the chicken is fully cooked. Okay, these are looking perfect, so let's get them out of the oil and onto a rack lined with a few sheets of paper towels to drain. Beautiful, aren't they? To plate these up, I've got a basket lined with some tempura paper, and I'm gonna add a few leaves of butter lettuce as a backdrop for our chicken. Then I'm gonna line up our panko crusted chicken on top of the lettuce. To garnish this, I'm gonna add a green shiso leaf along with some Meyer lemon wedges. And our Japanese chicken tenders are ready to eat. All right, this is looking super crispy and it smells amazing, so let's give it a try. Itadakimasu. Oh, can you hear that? Crispy. Oh man. I'm sure you heard that crust, but what you didn't hear is just how juicy it is in the center. That soy sauce and sake marinated has added tons of umami into the chicken, and you've got that zesty zing from the ginger to give it a little bit of a kick. All right, I'm gonna try to squeeze a little bit of Meyer lemon juice on here and see how that does. All right, now that just elevates it to the next level. Because we marinated this, it doesn't really need a dipping sauce, but by squeezing a little Meyer lemon juice on there, it adds a nice fragrance, as well as a bit of tartness that just brings the flavor of the chicken out. These panko crusted Japanese chicken tenders are super easy to make, and they're ridiculously good, so I hope you'll give them a try. It's so good. Well, I'm off to go repot a Meyer lemon tree, but check out this playlist for more delicious chicken recipes. And I'll catch you in the next one.